Well, hello and welcome to a wet and wild Ford Fest 2024. We brought this event back after a few-year hiatus to its home at Mallory Park here in Leicestershire. It's not the nicest weather in the world. I was told to wear shorts. That was a bad idea, but we have got some fantastic and eclectic mix of blue ovals of all eras and types here at Ford Fest. So let's have a walk around and see what we can find. Series 1 Escort RS Turbo, very much an icon of the classic fast Ford scene. The guy was polishing this when it started raining, so fair play to him, he's very committed. And this one, not entirely standard. Lovely RS 7 spokes on it, but under the bonnet, more interesting. Turbo 2-litre 16-valve Cosworth engine in this baby. Rumours are it's not necessarily front-wheel drive either, so some real engineering gone into this. I'm sure it's an absolute hoot to drive, and of course it's going to be smaller and lighter than any factory Cosworth car was. Probably not the day to be taking it out on track, but properly cool even just standing still. This is not your standard Mark 3 Fiesta. In fact, this is a revived relic of the Max Power era when body kits were wild, wheels were massive, and leather interiors with the odd speaker here and there were in abundance. This has been completely restored and resurrected for the recent Max Power reunion show, and it looks epic, painted in a modern Ford green, these massive box arches, the Escort Cosworth style wheels, it's got the massive bonnet vents, the Moret style headlights, you've got to love those, the Cosworth whale tail at the back. This is absolutely phenomenal. All the details on this are period correct for the time, and being someone who grew up in the early 2000s car scene, I love this. This really resonates with me. You might not like this if you're more of a traditionalist, but I think this is properly cool, even in this weather. This stood out in a big way. It's a Mark 1 Focus Saloon, a real oddity in gear spec, because here's a fun fact, they only offered them in gear spec initially, and this one has been done to a lovely show standard. It's lowered with what they call static, so this isn't on air ride, this is how it drives. Escort Cosworth style wheels on it, slightly different bumpers, the side skirts, it's got a US size rear plate on it, crystal rear lights. It's a lovely specimen, it's absolutely immaculate. It's in this month's Fast Forward magazine if you want to read more about it, and it is going to be getting, I'm told, a built engine and turned into a bit of a track weapon as well. Something properly different and very cool. Well, there are worse places to hide from the rain than behind this awesome Mark II Transit Fire Engine. As you can probably tell by the fact it's left-hand drive and the German writing on the side, this heralds from Germany. And by the looks of things, largely original, because we're seeing a bit of patina, a little bit of surface rust here and there's evidence of faded stickers. So this is as was used in period, a four-wheel drive Mark II Transit fire truck. Absolutely incredible. Not got much practical use in this day and age, but for head turning, nothing short of a Lamborghini will come close. Awesome. Mark 1 Fiesta XR2, real classic hot hatch Ford icon this. Big fan of these pepper pot wheels, the side graphics. This one is lovely. It's not perfect because it is used everywhere. The owners actually daily drive this car. It's been up and down the country, it's been right down to the south coast. I believe it's been up into Scotland as well, and it's got a bit of a history with it. This was actually used as a model to create the car in the Forza Horizon 5 video game, as well as being used in an as yet unreleased film apparently. And to finish it all off very nicely, it's got the Fiesta XR2 branded leather dashboard cover. All that adds up to make this a real highlight. I only hope that sunroof seals well. A Mark 1 Escort Camper van is a rarity in any guise, and this one is immaculately kept. The yellow and white two-tone, absolutely beautiful. Inside, the interior has been nicely restored. It's got some really nice deep dish mini light style wheels on it. I believe the chap pairs this with a period rally bicycle at times as well. Some nice caravanning and camping club stickers there, and a Portaloo sticker by the looks of things. Absolutely awesome, but crucially, despite looking largely standard, under the bonnet it's got Cosworth power, and yes, the bloke does know how to get it sideways. Is there a cooler camper van? I don't think so. This is either a Mark II Orion or a Mark IV Escort Orion, depending on your inclination. This particular one belongs to one of our photographers, Aid Brannan, who does a lot of the incredible shoots you would have seen in Fast Forward and Classic Ford magazines. And this particular one was won in a raffle for, we believe, about 20 quid, and he's already done his thing of making it look lovely. It's been well polished, a little bit lowered, Series 2 RS Turbo wheels, a nice lip, and he drives this hundreds of miles. In fact, he drove it from northern Scotland to be here for Ford Fest, and we're glad it did, because it's brightening up what is quite a gloomy day. One of the original Fast Forward icons here, Mark 1 Lotus Cortina, and this one's obviously had a few nice bits done to it. D-bumpers, you'll notice, big fan of that. Lowered, deep dish mini light style wheels, and I've noticed some semi-slick tyres on this, which aren't really ideal for a day like today. Inside, I can't tell, I'm afraid, it's a 60s Ford, so it's fogged up, but it's covered in badges and stickers that suggest the car has lived a proper life, and the fact that it smelt like very well used brakes when I went near it would suggest that it is driven hard. Good man. You might remember our much loved and much missed Ford Puma project car. Jeff still wishes he bought that car for £1,000 when we got rid of it. Now, you can't buy a Puma for £1,000 really in that condition anymore, and you certainly can't buy one of these. The legendary Tickford built racing Puma. Hugely expensive, totally different to a standard Puma, and also absolutely incredible. This one looks to be standard. It's got the blue Recaros in it, the wide arches, the OZ wheels. These are a real collector's item these days, worth tens of thousands of pounds, and I don't think there's any question or shadow of doubt this is cooler than that modern thing they're also badging Puma.
Sadly, we didn't make it into the outfield where all the club displays were, but the appalling weather conditions on the day made filming anything a challenge. But that said, the variety and standard of Fords on display, from classic to modern, modified to standard, was fantastic, and we can't thank everyone who attended enough for supporting Ford Fest in its return. Ford Fest will be back at Mallory Park next year on the 21st of September, so we'll see you there, and bring the sunshine with you.
So that was Ford Fest 2024, and rain couldn't stop play for this awesome display of blue ovals, old and new. Some fantastic cars, some great displays, and the Ford enthusiasm and passion shines through even if the sun doesn't. Do make sure to let us know in the comments down below which of the cars we've featured is your favourite. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon, where hopefully the sun's out. I remember our dearly loved I do as well.